Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're talking about another live streamer who's having trouble getting into South Korea. And of course, he has our good friend Johnny Somali to blame for that. As you may be aware, because I've made some videos on it, Johnny Somali has been in trouble in South Korea. Like always, he went to a different country and he started causing all sorts of problems, being a genuine nuisance, ending up with Johnny Somali being charged with and pleading guilty to multiple counts in a South Korean court. Now, those charges were related to some things that he did a few months back. Basically, he was charged with 4 total charges, but only 3 of them he was allowed to plead to because he had not been informed of the 4th charge's existence before he showed up in court that day. So he pled guilty to 1 count of obstruction and 2 counts of the Minor Crimes Act. The obstruction was him making a big deal in a convenience store, whereas the Minor Crimes Act's infringements that he pled guilty to were the dead fish harassment, where he went around with a dead fish on like the bus and basically waved it at people and made them feel uncomfortable, and then disrupting subway and a bus. Again, same thing. He went onto a bus, he went onto a subway, and he just caused havoc. Today we're not here to talk about Johnny Somali. We're here to talk about the effect that he's having on the IRL streamer community going to South Korea. So we've got Ice Poseidon here. Now, you guys may not know who Ice Poseidon is. He's a notorious IRL streamer. He's been around for a very long time. He's been in more controversies than you can count, and he's genuinely considered not the best person. However, what's happening to him here is not actually his fault. Basically, because Johnny Somali has brought such a negative sentiment to South Korea about IRL streamers, we're now starting to see Korean citizens and Korean companies try to stop other IRL streamers from coming into the country. So Ice Poseidon here, he's in Japan right now, I believe, and he was going to go to South Korea. However, unfortunately for Ice Poseidon, the ferry companies won't give him a ticket because they're getting reached out to by all these different people who are against the IRL streamers, and they're telling them, hey, this guy has had these problems in the past. You shouldn't let him on your ferry because he's just going to come here and cause trouble, just like this Johnny Somali guy that you've been seeing on the news, which is leading to the ferry companies refusing to give them tickets to cross the sea to South Korea. As you can tell, this video was posted by somebody called Johnny Somali, and it's basically an account who's a Johnny Somali hater. And there's a whole lot of them in South Korea, and there's a whole lot of people who are trying to make life difficult for IRL streamers solely because of what Johnny Somali has done. Basically, he posted this video, and in this video here, Ice Poseidon talks for a minute about how he can't really get a ferry ticket to South Korea, and then he has one of his friends try to explain what happened because the friend was trying to order the tickets, and the friend goes on and talks about exactly why they weren't able to get tickets. So let's just take a look here, and I'll play the video for you now.
Well, this is interesting. There's no ferries to Korea.
I was helping Paul's the ferry situation. Bro, he got denied again. They're crazy, man. They're fucking, this company is so... You know what they said to me? So I was trying to reserve pork and chicken handi and Tamin's cruise. Then they sent me these. They asked me for passport, so I sent them their passport picture. And what they said to me was so number one, they said we received a request to use our company, but the captain has decided to refuse boarding for the following reasons. Number 1, bomb threat to an airplane. Number 2, nuisance to the public. Number 3, Ferris donation scam. What the fuck is this? Number 4, nuisance to restaurants. Number 5, nuisance at an event. We apologize for the inconvenience.
So yeah, in that clip, you saw that the South Korean ferry operator reached out back to Ice Poseidon's friend, telling him that Ice Poseidon wouldn't be allowed on the ferry because of some past events that Ice Poseidon has been in. Like I said earlier, he's been in no shortage of controversies because he's also an IRL nuisance streamer. His content basically revolves around him going out in public and getting in trouble or causing trouble. And apparently, that's coming back to bite him because people who are so upset about Johnny Somali are now reaching out to companies to try to stop anybody from helping Ice Poseidon from even crossing the border into South Korea. Now, I don't think that this is actually going to end up stopping him because eventually he'll find a way to South Korea. I do think, however, that there is a chance that he's turned away at the border because there are so many people who are so upset about Johnny Somali, and they can just do that. If the South Korean government gets enough complaints and people go, hey, this guy's not good, we shouldn't let him in, they might listen. I think that the entire Asian world right now, between Japan, South Korea, I think Thailand had some problems with IRL streamers as well, and basically I think they're just all pissed. And I think that a lot of the citizens in these countries are angry because these streamers are coming to their countries and they're not following the rules, they're not even trying to understand the culture, and they're just basically being nuisances to the public. And I think that that kind of sentiment is going to cause some changes in Asia, especially in Japan and South Korea, with the law. I think eventually there's going to be some kind of big problem. Somebody's going to do something that's just way too far over the line, trying to replicate Johnny Somali, trying to replicate Ice Poseidon, and it's just going to go so wrong that eventually a country like Japan or South Korea, where you don't really have the same rights that you do in America, they're going to pass a law saying you can't live stream in public or something like that. I don't know how feasible that is, but I do think that we're heading that way because there's a lot of people very angry about this. And when people get angry and they call up their representatives, those representatives tend to listen because nobody ever calls them. I mean, think about it. Have you ever called your representative? Has anybody you know ever called your government representative? No. I think something's going to happen here. I think that there's going to be law changes, and I think there's going to be more and more consequences for people who go out in public and cause a nuisance just for their IRL stream. But what I think isn't that important. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching all the way till the end. Remember to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and God bless you.